In the quaint village of Vinci, Italy, on a rainy afternoon in October 2024, a middle-aged antique dealer named Marco Bellini sat in the attic of his family's ancestral home, sifting through a pile of forgotten heirlooms. The attic, with its creaking wooden beams and dusty air, was a treasure trove of history, its shelves lined with cracked pottery, faded tapestries, and a heavy oak chest that had sat untouched for generations. Marco, a man with a weathered face and a passion for the past, had inherited the chest from his grandfather, who had always claimed it held secrets from the Renaissance, though no one in the family had ever dared to open it. But on this day, driven by a mix of curiosity and nostalgia, Marco decided to uncover its mysteries, his hands trembling as he pried open the rusted lock with a crowbar, the hinges groaning in protest after centuries of silence. Inside the chest, nestled among moth-eaten velvet, was a small leather-bound book, its cover embossed with a faint sketch of a man's profile, the lines delicate yet unmistakable, a self-portrait of Leonardo da Vinci, the genius who had been born in this very village over 500 years ago. Marco's heart raced as he opened the book, its pages yellowed and brittle, the ink faded but still legible, written in Leonardo's characteristic mirror script, a code that had protected his thoughts from prying eyes. The first page bore a simple inscription: "The Journal of Leonardo di Ser Piero da Vinci, 1503 to 1519, being a record of my thoughts and works." Marco, who had studied art history in his youth, recognized the handwriting immediately, his breath catching as he realized the significance of his find. This was no ordinary book. It was a direct window into the mind of one of history's greatest artists, a treasure that could rewrite the story of the Renaissance. Determined to confirm its authenticity, Marco contacted the Uffizi Gallery in Florence, one of the world's foremost authorities on Renaissance art. Within days, a team of experts arrived in Vinci, their faces a mix of skepticism and excitement as they examined the book under magnifying glasses, their gloved hands turning the pages with care. After weeks of analysis, carbon dating, ink composition tests, and handwriting comparisons, the verdict was unanimous. The book was an original, written by Leonardo da Vinci himself, a discovery that sent shock waves through the art world. The Uffizi immediately acquired the journal for its collection, displaying it in a glass case under soft lights, its pages a testament to the genius who had changed the course of history. But it was the journal's contents that truly captivated the world, for within its pages Leonardo had recorded the story of his most famous work, the Mona Lisa, revealing secrets that had been hidden for centuries. Marco, now a minor celebrity in Vinci, was invited to the Uffizi to read the journal aloud at a special exhibition, his voice trembling with awe as he stood before a crowd of scholars, tourists, and journalists, the book open in his hands. The room fell silent, the air thick with anticipation as Marco began to read, his words echoing through the gallery, pulling the audience back to the year 1503, to a small workshop in Florence where Leonardo da Vinci sat at his easel, his brush poised over a canvas that would one day become the most famous painting in the world. "Today, I begin a painting for Mona Lisa," Leonardo wrote, his voice brought to life through Marco's reading, his words a blend of simplicity and depth that revealed the man behind the masterpiece. "For me, this is a simple experience, yet one that carries the weight of my soul, for in her face I see more than a woman. I see a dream, a memory, a truth I cannot yet name. The scene shifted, the modern gallery fading away, replaced by the warm glow of Leonardo's workshop in Florence, a cluttered space filled with the scent of oil paint and the sound of the Arno River flowing outside the window. Leonardo, 51 years old, sat on a wooden stool, his long hair tied back with a leather cord, his simple tunic stained with ink and pigment, his dark eyes fixed on the canvas before him. The year was 1503, and Florence was a city of beauty and turmoil, its streets alive with the energy of the Renaissance, its people caught between the glory of art and the shadow of war. Leonardo had been commissioned by Francesco del Giocondo, a wealthy merchant, to paint a portrait of his wife, Lisa Gherardini, a young woman of 24 whose quiet beauty had already become the talk of the city. Francesco, a man of ambition and pride, wanted a painting that would immortalize his wife's grace, a work that would elevate his family's status in the eyes of Florence's elite. But for Leonardo, the commission was more than a simple portrait. It was an opportunity to explore the depths of human emotion, to capture a truth that went beyond the surface of the canvas. As he wrote in his journal, his words read aloud by Marco, "Lisa sits before me, her hands folded in her lap, her dark eyes watching me with a quiet curiosity. She is beautiful, yes, but it is not her beauty I seek to paint. It is the mystery of her soul, the flicker of a smile that hides 1,000 thoughts, the light in her eyes that speaks of dreams she cannot voice. Today, I begin with her face, but I know this painting will take years, for I am not just painting a woman. I am painting a feeling, a moment, a memory that I cannot yet fully grasp." Leonardo's brush moved with a deliberate slowness, his strokes soft and layered, a technique he called sfumato, which allowed colors to blend seamlessly, creating a smoky, ethereal effect that gave the painting a sense of life. He painted Lisa's face first, her high forehead, her delicate eyebrows, her eyes that seemed to follow him as he worked, their gaze both gentle and knowing. But it was her smile that captivated him, a faint curve of the lips that shifted with every angle, a smile that seemed to hold a secret only he could understand. "Her smile is a puzzle," he wrote, his words echoing through the gallery as Marco read, "A riddle I cannot solve, yet I feel it is the key to the painting. It is not just Lisa's smile. It is the smile of every woman I have ever known, the smile of my mother, of the women I have loved, of the dreams I have lost. I paint it again and again, each layer a step closer to the truth, yet each layer a reminder of how far I am from understanding it." As the weeks turned into months, Leonardo's workshop became a sanctuary for Lisa, who visited him often, her presence a quiet comfort in the chaos of his mind. She would sit for hours, her dark hair draped over her shoulders, her green silk gown shimmering in the candlelight, her hands resting in her lap as Leonardo worked. Between sittings, they would talk, their conversations ranging from the mundane to the profound. Lisa spoke of her childhood in the Tuscan countryside, her love for the gardens of her family's villa, her dreams of a world where beauty could flourish without fear. Leonardo, in turn, shared his thoughts on art, on science, on the mysteries of the universe, his voice soft but filled with a passion that made Lisa's eyes light up with wonder. "She understands me in a way few others do," he wrote, his words read aloud by Marco, "not as a master or a genius, but as a man who seeks to capture the fleeting beauty of life. In her, I see a reflection of my own longing, a longing for a world that is as beautiful as the one I paint. But the creation of the Mona Lisa was not without its challenges. Francesco del Giocondo grew impatient, his visits to the workshop marked by frustration as he demanded to know why the painting was taking so long. "I paid for a portrait, Leonardo," he would say, his voice sharp, his fine doublet a stark contrast to the artist's simple tunic, "not for a dream. When will it be finished?" Leonardo would smile, his expression serene, and reply, "It will be finished when it is ready, Messer Giocondo. Art cannot be rushed, for it is a reflection of the soul, and the soul takes time to reveal itself." Francesco would leave in a huff, his patience wearing thin, but Leonardo remained steadfast, his focus on the canvas, his brush moving with a quiet determination that spoke of a deeper purpose. As the years passed, Leonardo continued to work on the Mona Lisa, adding layer after layer, each stroke a testament to his pursuit of perfection. He painted the background, a misty landscape of winding paths and distant hills, a world that seemed to stretch beyond the canvas, a reflection of the journeys he longed to take, the dreams he longed to fulfill. He painted her hands, their delicate folds a study in grace, their position a symbol of calm amidst the storm of his thoughts. And he painted her smile again and again, each layer a new attempt to capture the mystery that haunted him, the mystery of a woman who was both Lisa and something more, a symbol of beauty, of love, of hope in a world torn by war. But there was a secret to the Mona Lisa that Leonardo kept hidden, a secret he revealed only in the pages of his journal, his words read aloud by Marco with a trembling voice. "I have hidden a truth in her eyes," he wrote, "a truth that only the most careful observer will see. In the pupils of her eyes I have painted tiny symbols, letters that spell out a message in my code. Beauty is the light of the soul. It is a message for the future, a reminder that true beauty lies not in the face, but in the heart, in the dreams we hold, in the love we give. I do not know if anyone will ever see it, but I paint it for myself, for Lisa, for the world I hope will one day be." Leonardo never delivered the Mona Lisa to Francesco del Giocondo, choosing instead to keep it with him, a constant companion as he traveled from Florence to Milan and eventually to France, where he spent his final years under the patronage of King Francis I. The painting became a part of him, a reflection of his soul, a testament to the beauty he sought in a world that so often fell short. "I cannot part with her," he wrote in his final entry, dated 1519, just before his death. His words read aloud by Marco as the crowd in the Uffizi listened in rapt silence. "She is more than a painting. She is my heart, my hope, my dream of a better world. Let her smile live on, a mystery for the ages, a light for those who seek beauty in the darkness." As Marco finished reading, the crowd in the Uffizi erupted into applause, their faces filled with awe at the revelations of Leonardo's journal, their hearts touched by the story of a man who had poured his soul into a single painting. The Mona Lisa, now housed in the Louvre, took on a new meaning, her smile no longer just a mystery, but a message of beauty and hope, a message that had waited 500 years to be heard. Scholars rushed to examine the painting, their magnifying glasses revealing the tiny symbols in her eyes, the letters that spelled out Leonardo's truth, a truth that resonated across the centuries. And as the world marveled at the secrets of the Mona Lisa's creation, they were reminded of a simple lesson. True art is not just a reflection of the world, but a reflection of the heart, a light that shines through the darkness, a beauty that endures. So the next time you gaze at the Mona Lisa, look into her eyes and let her smile inspire you to seek the beauty within. If this story moved you, we have many more tales of Leonardo's genius and passion waiting for you. Click the screen to explore and subscribe for daily stories that remind us of the power of art to change lives.